Hey everybody, it's Crystal B from crystalbastrology.com and welcome to July. We made it through June and for that I am super excited. Lots of good things to report on as we head into July, which begins in Cancer season. We're about a week or two into Cancer season, and that's where we begin, but we will close out the month in Leo season, the season of the lion. So a lot of different terrain as we go through the coming weeks. We're going to close out eclipse season in July, on July 4th into the 5th, depending on your time zone. There's going to be a Capricorn lunar eclipse, which is super impactful, and there's a lot of freeing energy there. It's going to conclude or wrap up our eclipse stories. And just as a little bit of a reminder, we had a lunar eclipse at the beginning of June, we had a solar eclipse at the end of June, and now we have our final conclusion, another lunar eclipse. And eclipse seasons are powerful beginnings upon powerful endings. So there's definitely a lot of flavor of extra endings that need to happen. So gear up for that, and I'll have more information about that lunar eclipse coming out in the coming week or so. After that lunar eclipse, then we're going to experience, thankfully, Mercury going direct. And it's been a lot of retrograde energy. And listen, we always have to deal with retrograde energy. It's part of the year, it's part of the terrain. But this year is a little bit more impactful with retrograde energy because Venus went retrograde, and she kind of really put a lot of tension, extra tension into our relationships and to our connectivity in general. Now, Venus, thankfully, is moving direct. And on July 12th, we're going to have Mercury moving direct too. So that's going to help kind of eliminate some additional tension. So lots, good things to look forward to here. Chiron will move retrograde, and Chiron is the wounded healer. He's not a planet, he's an asteroid. So there's going to be some, there's going to be some emotions and probably a deeper connection into what it is that you're fighting for, or what are you emotionally connecting to that you want to change, or kind of need to be a warrior. And that is really going to be present right before Mercury goes direct on the 12th, because Chiron is stationing. It's actually on, the 10th into the 11th. Something else that's really important about the terrain of July is that even though we are in, for the good part, we're going to be in the watery, cancery, emotional terrain, we have Mars now traveling through the sign of Aries. And Mars looks amazing and awesome in his Aries clothes. That is going to be giving us momentum, an initiation energy. It's really kind of helping us get back out there, get back in the saddle and do the things that we haven't had the energy or the impulse to do. Now, something else that's really important about Mars operating in Aries is that he will be spending an extra long amount of time in his best looking gear. That's because come September into mid-November, he's going to go retrograde too. Lots of extra retrograde energy in 2020, which just makes it all the more impactful. But I posted a blog up on my site a few days ago about kind of some insight into gearing up for Mars retrograde. Again, it's not till September, but it's always, one of the benefits of astrology is that it's always good to be what I call armed and dangerous into, some planetary energies, so we can, get ourselves strong and strengthened as we gear up for the fall. But for the month of July and definitely into August, you can use this Mars moving ahead, Mars moving free, free-spirited forward. Use it to kind of initiate. It's just that you should expect it's going to be like, go, stop, go again. And some other things as we look out into the July terrain is we're going to have a Cancer new moon. It's going to be on the 20th of the month. And it's the second Cancer new moon. And the first one was an eclipse, a solar eclipse. And this one's just going to be a regular old new moon, not as intense, but the story has a lot going on. Definitely, we're going to be on opposite sides of the street, and we're going to have to really kind of, find our warrior, find our courage, and really, stand up for ourselves as we initiate our new things. And as the month goes on, I'll have more for you on the Cancer new moon. Or you can also, log into my member horoscopes where there's all sorts of goodies behind the scenes. After that Cancer new moon, we're going to go into Leo season. The lion is going to come out. And there's some miscommunication energy at the end of the month, specifically around the 27th. But by the 31st, the sun is going to be operating really nicely with Chiron. Again, the wounded healer operating in Aries. And there's going to be a nice amount of fire and verve and healing energy and spiritual energy to kind of feed our souls and help us go into the next. So on the whole, a lot better than June. A lot to look forward to. Please dive into your personalized horoscope. If you want extra information, dive into my member horoscopes. And I'll do my best to keep you updated along the way. But welcome to July again, and enjoy it. Make it the best you can. And, just take it one day at a time and know that the planets are always with you. Bye-bye, everybody. Until next time.